before you jump into Outer Banks Season 5. Here's everything you need to remember from Season 4. 18 months before being honored for discovering El Dorado, the Pogues used their gold money to buy JJ's family property from the bank for 33% above its value. They rebuild the land, adding a fishing stand and dock to create a business, while saving their final gold nugget worth around $20,000 for property taxes. However, JJ secretly takes the nugget and bets it on himself in a dirt bike race. He battles Rafe for the lead, but both are eliminated before the finish, allowing Topper to win. With the money gone, Pope reveals they owe $13,000 in property taxes within 7 days and have no cash left to run the business. Meanwhile, archaeologists confirm the existence of the City of Gold, validating the Pogues' discovery and honoring them as heroes. During the celebration, they meet a mysterious man who tells them about Captain Blackbeard and his legendary treasure. Desperate for money, the Pogues decide to pursue another treasure hunt and travel to Blackstone, where they meet Chandler Groff. Inside the house, the Pogues meet Wes, who reveals that his family has supposedly been cursed for 300 years by the ghost of Blackbeard's wife. Chandler Groff explains that breaking the curse requires recovering an amulet from Blackbeard's final ship, the Adventure. Meanwhile, Rafe continues struggling with his father's death and meets Hollis Robinson. The Pogues set out to find the Adventure, with JJ and Kiara diving to the wreck. They encounter another diver, leading to a fight that damages Kiara's oxygen supply, while an unidentified boat nearly discovers Pope and John B on the surface. JJ and Kiara barely make it back alive, but successfully recover the amulet. Both are hospitalized with decompression sickness, and when the group later goes to see Wes for answers, they instead find Shoop and learn the shocking news that Wes has died. The man who attacked JJ and Kiara is admitted to the same hospital with a spear wound, where he and JJ recognize each other. When a nurse refuses to release them from the hyperbaric chamber, JJ and Kiara break out. JJ creates a distraction while Kiara steals the attacker's medical file, hoping to learn his identity. Meanwhile, Sarah and John B visit an Islamic center seeking help translating the inscription on Blackbeard's amulet. They are told the object is cursed and are thrown out after John B claims to be a direct descendant of Blackbeard. Elsewhere, Pope overhears the mysterious attacker and a woman discussing the snapper, the amulet, and something called the Blue Crown. At the same time, Sophia overhears Rafe saying he would never live with a Pogue because he has standards. Hurt by his words, she appears to accept Hollis Robinson's offer to manipulate Rafe into agreeing to her mysterious deal. On the boat, Terrence tries to convince Cleo to surrender the amulet so their captors will spare her. Meanwhile, as the others go surfing, Pope investigates the amulet, consulting Professor Sun and visiting a museum dedicated to Blackbeard. Leitner eventually calls Pope and threatens to kill Cleo unless he comes to the island. Pope arrives, but a fight breaks out in which Terrence is killed and Leitner escapes with the amulet. Back home, the Pogues hide Terrence's body just before Shoop arrives to question JJ about the beach incident. The Pogues travel to a church searching for the map that reveals the location of the Blue Crown. Pope and Sarah enter the underground crypt while John B and Cleo keep watch. However, Leitner and his boss, the captain, use the stolen amulet to enter through a hidden grave. Pope and Sarah hide as the two men locate and steal the map to the Blue Crown. But after they escape, Pope and Sarah become trapped inside the crypt as it slowly fills with water. Meanwhile, JJ receives a mysterious letter that leads him to Luke, discovering that his father never actually went to South America. After the two flee from the police, Luke reveals a devastating secret. He isn't JJ's biological father. Chandler Groff is. At the same time, it is revealed that Groff and Hollis Robinson are secretly working together, with Hollis promising that their plan will be glorious. Luke reveals the full truth about JJ's past. JJ is actually the son of Larissa Jenrette and Chandler Groff. Although JJ was believed to have died alongside his mother, Groff secretly gave him to Luke to raise. Overwhelmed, JJ leaves before Luke can finish explaining and later confides in Kiara, asking her to keep the secret from the others. Meanwhile, the Pogues struggle to protect their property without legal representation. Sarah turns to Rafe, who wants them to work together to recover their family's gold and Wheezy from Rose, but Sarah refuses because she still doesn't trust him. At the town hall, the Pogues discover the decision over their land has already been made, and Luke has betrayed JJ and his friends in exchange for amnesty. Furious, JJ attacks a police officer and sparks a riot before fleeing. When his friends urge him to surrender, JJ refuses, declaring that he won't stop fighting the people who have taken everything from him. Pope is arrested after punching an officer who aims a gun at JJ. While Groff and Rafe finalize a deal, Groff initially denies being JJ's father, but when Leitner and his crew arrive to capture him, Groff and JJ are forced to flee together. Before JJ can leave the island alone, Groff finally admits the truth. He is JJ's biological father. After they are captured, Groff explains that following Larissa's death, he didn't believe he was capable of raising JJ, but now claims he wants a second chance to be his father. Meanwhile, Pope is placed on probation, forbidden from seeing the Pogues, and forced to choose between joining the Marine Corps or going to prison. While searching for JJ, Kiara discovers that Sarah has taken a pregnancy test and it's positive. Eventually, John B. and the Pogues locate JJ and Groff and discover that Groff was once part of the enemy crew. When the two are about to be killed, John B. uses Molotov cocktails to attack their captors, accidentally hitting their own boat before successfully striking the enemy vessel. The distraction allows JJ and Groff to escape, and the Pogues manage to steal the map leading to the Blue Crown. The Pogues struggle to decipher the Blue Crown map until Groff explains that it was created by Murat the Younger and can only be read using a special lens hidden in Larissa's grave. Meanwhile, Sarah reveals to John B. that she is pregnant. JJ accompanies Groff to retrieve the lens, but Groff betrays him, locking JJ inside the tomb and stealing the lens. He then heads to Poguelandia to steal the map, where Kiara catches him, only for Groff to knock her unconscious and escape with it. Elsewhere, Pope prepares to join the Marines instead of going to prison, but changes his mind at the last moment. John B. and Sarah attempt to get married, only to find the courthouse closed. Groff eventually frees JJ and takes him to Hollis' house, where an argument ends with Groff killing Hollis and stealing her money. Later at sea, JJ confronts Groff and accuses him of killing Larissa. Groff responds by abandoning his own son in the ocean. Though the Pogues manage to rescue him, Groff then joins the Lupine Corsairs and hands them the map and the special lens. Groff reports Holly's missing, and after police find her body, he frames JJ by planting evidence that makes him the prime suspect. Although the police begin hunting JJ, Shoop suspects Groff and launches his own investigation, eventually uncovering Groff's criminal record. Realizing they need to stop Groff and reach the treasure first, the Pogues decide to travel to Morocco to find the Blue Crown, though their first attempt to steal a suitable boat fails. When Shoop arrives to arrest JJ, Rafe unexpectedly helps the Pogues escape, and Shoop allows them to go so he can focus on catching Groff. However, JJ knocks Rafe unconscious and the Pogues take him along, tied up aboard the ship. During the journey, John B. tells JJ that Sarah is pregnant, but a drunken JJ warns him that he isn't ready to become a father. A violent storm then hits, forcing Kiara to free Rafe so he won't drown. When Sarah falls overboard, JJ jumps in after her, and both disappear into the storm. After reaching Morocco, the others are relieved to discover that JJ and Sarah survived, and John B. and JJ reconcile with an emotional hug. John B. and Sarah reveal to the Pogues that they are going to be parents. After arriving in Essaouira, Morocco, the group is chased by police and separated from Rafe, who finds Groff and saves him from being killed by Leitner. The Pogues eventually learn they must travel to Agapinta, while Groff tells Rafe about Sophia's betrayal. Furious, Rafe throws Groff into a well. When the Pogues later find him, JJ gives his biological father water, but refuses to rescue him. In Agapinta, the Lupine Corsairs attack Rafe, but Sarah saves him, and the siblings finally reconcile after Sarah explains the truth about their father's death. John B. deciphers the map, while Pope kills Leitner, and JJ finally discovers the legendary Blue Crown. However, Groff escapes and takes Kiara hostage, forcing JJ to surrender the crown to save her. Despite getting what he wants, Groff murders his own son in revenge for abandoning him in the well. As he dies, JJ tells Kiara that he loves her. Groff escapes with the Blue Crown and plans to flee to Lisbon, while the devastated Pogues, especially Kiara, vow to hunt him down and avenge JJ's death. And that's everything that happened in Outer Banks Season 4. If you enjoyed this recap, give the video a like and subscribe to the channel for more TV and movie recaps before your favorite shows return. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.